Pastor French Harmon leads our invocation, we'd like to, at this time, remember the Gilmore family. As many of you know, there's been recent tragedy in the Gilmore family. And at this time, we would like to remember them as well as other victims of domestic violence. We would like to have a moment of silence at this time for all victims of domestic violence as well as the Gilmore family. Thank you. At this time, Brother French Harmon will lead us in an invocation. Would you please stand? Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful night you've given us to play this wonderful sport, football. We thank you for the memory of Ray Carell and his example of godliness, sportsmanship, and character. Father, we pray a blessing over both teams, their coaches and fans. We pray it would be a wonderful night. Thank you so much for loving us and keeping us safe this night. In Jesus' name, amen.
Let's go.
Correction number 9 kicking off for the Briar Jumpers.
We're underway tonight, and it's been a fun night so far, but we've got a lot more football for you as we're here at MVPSportsChannel.com to bring you this second game of the evening.
Whistle right after the kick.
Ball marked on the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Not sure what it's about. Not yet, anyway. Either way, it's going to be first down. Going to get things underway here. Not sure if that's a warning. Ball launched.
Austin Smitty.
Pass intended for number 1, Devin Baker, falls incomplete.
And sometimes that's great to get things aired out right up front, kind of get some of those jitters.
Fans, if you have a whistle in the crowd, please lose it. Please do not be blowing any whistles in the stands. It is disruptive to the game for both teams.
Apparently with a whistle in the crowd.
What happened when you said an inadvertent whistle?
So here's the first carry of the night for the Warriors.
Smitty on the quarterback keeper. He's not going to get much there.
Defense shuts him down, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Ball marked at the 29-yard line. Number 8, Devin Griffith on the tackle.
Right, got a
the game was about 3 yards, 3rd down.
On hand tonight for this second contest.
Stands have filled up. People standing around. Trapped, especially on the south end of the track.
And it's pretty easy to spot the folks who were here for the first game because they're sunburned. So very comfortable tonight. With a carry out of bounds at the 36-yard line or 35-yard line as they put the ball down.
Number 11, Smitty.
Somerset anxious.
They'll be forced out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
An opportunity to please the home crowd here tonight.
Talk about Slaughter and Thompson. Brings up 4th down and a long one for the Warriors.
We would assume that Southwest.
How about Southwestern here?
Southwest maybe going to go for
timeout Warriors.
No, why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Kerr is currently in the dunking booth. Mike Kerr currently in the dunking booth. Please, a few of you stay in the stands.
Southwestern back after the timeout. We'll see what the Warriors will have elected to do here. It looks like they're going to line up to go for it.
Might as well give it a shot and let's get this season rolling in a positive manner. Full backfield, the give, the stretch, the lean, and the first down by Somerset.
Number 33, Campusano on the carry.
Somerset thought for sure that he was going to give up after that first initial push.
I'll tell you what, that's
they'll get out to the 38-yard line. First down for the Warriors.
Warriors to start this ball game. Look like they're going to go 3 and out. Line up, go for it. 4th and 1 in their own end of the field.
Well, that is a lot of faith in your defense, is what that is. Again, full house backfield and pounding forward and hammering out about 1.5 yards on the carry. If you like football, this has been the place for you.
And about 2 yards for the Warriors.
Bowl and
second down and 8.
A couple of good ball games here in Somerset, Kentucky. And another straight ahead carry, trying to soften the middle of that defense.
Saying down to cover the fumble. I don't say he's down. 3rd down and long again here for Southwestern. Southwestern ball control offense.
Number 22, Floyd. Gain of 2, 3rd down.
Ball control offense. Try to keep the ball away
and keep that clock running.
That clock running. That'll keep them in a lot of football games.
So here's the carry around the end with a first down result.
Smitty on the quarterback keeper. Looks like he got just enough for another first down.
Thompson on the carry.
Putting those shoulder pads down.
Correction, Smitty on the carry.
Leaning forward an extra
number 88, Addison Thompson, and number 11, Tyler McGargle with the stop. Ball marked at the 49-yard line.
And they're going to
1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Wind the clock with 9:14 remaining here in this first quarter. If you're just joining us, it's MVPSportsChannel.com. Brian Abner and I'm Jeff Wicks, bringing you the coverage. High school football for this evening. Very good effort from this direction, but a very good effort on defense that time of the Briar Jumpers.
Bryson Jones in there for the Briar Jumpers.
Floyd on the carry.
Looks like also Trey Slaughter.
Brought down by Slaughter and Jones. No gain on the play. Second down.
Somerset has yet to touch the ball on offense. Here's a pass, and that one is complete. That's Devin Baker over on the.
Match point number 1, Devin Baker. Talk about Braden McWilliams, gain of 6 on the play, 3rd down. On ball marked at the 45-yard line.
Nowhere as that door is slammed shut in a hurry and then shoved back. So here we go.
Campusano on the carry, tackled by Slaughter.
Down possession, and will we see the
no
Warriors
gain on
go
the play.
for it a second
Brings
time?
that 4th down for the Warriors.
They look like they're going to go into punting formation.
Correction, loss of 1 on the play. 4th down.
Baker, he just won his school $1,000 early on. He had to punt all 3 schools.
In between games here.
Baker had the Southwestern $1,000 donation.
It's a little rolling punch. It's going to bounce inside, well, not quite to the 10-yard line, just outside there, and that's where
the Warrior punt will roll out of bounds at the 11-yard line, where the Briar Jumpers will take over 1st and 10.
Here in the first quarter.
Say 35-yard punt for the Warriors.
A lot of expectations for Somerset this year.
Doubles.
Number 20 is correct in the Kentucky National Guard. Roy Kidboy. Incomplete pass. Simply just let him a little too much.
Pass number 83, Cam Chevron.
Both teams opening things up when they're opening.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Briar Jumpers.
Why not? So the Warriors crowd the line of scrimmage. Play tight. Lots of pressure in that backfield.
Pass number 24, Tyson Williams falls incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Defenders coming, and they made a sandwich of Jones. Brian, is there anybody left in their homes in Pulaski County tonight? Because I think most every. I think a lot of folks have showed up here tonight. Again in motion this time. An empty backfield. And that one in and out of the hands.
Pass for number 44, Bryson Jones, is incomplete. Brings that 4th down.
Somerset not looking too good on their first offensive possession. So just some jitters to get out of the way there.
Well, that was a good call. Just again failed on the execution. So the Briar Jumper Nation is hoping now for nothing but a safety.
The Briar Jumpers fumble the snap through the end zone, resulting in safety.
For the Briar Jumper faithful, they were hoping for a little redemption on that punch contest earlier. And somebody took their eyes off the ball. And so that results in a 2-0 score here with 6:28 remaining here in the first quarter of action, our second game tonight.
Memory serves, I believe Southwestern led either 12-0, 13-0, something like that against Somerset 2 years ago. Somerset turned it over a couple of times, Southwestern scored, and then Somerset came back and pulled away in that game.
We'll see what they got in the tank tonight.
Kicking off for the Briar Jumpers, number 9, Chandler Dawes.
Watching these contests tonight all over the area, all over the state, wherever you are. You can catch games on MVPSportsChannel.com.
Acting for the Warriors, number 3, Stuart Russell.
Looking forward to a lot of good football action here in and around Pulaski County. End over end kick, fielded at the 30.
Come on, get up in there, Stewie.
And they defended with a ball popping loose out past the 40, and I believe that was a live ball. They did not call him down. It looks like Somerset.
The Warriors fumble the kickoff. It is recovered by the Briar Jumpers.
And good field position.
Brady McWilliams, number 14, comes up with a fumble recovery.
Ball marked on the 38-yard line. First down, Jumpers!
Somerset needed. I'm trying to watch the game.
Here's the first down in the give. Trying to turn the corner. And positive yardage for the Briar Jumpers.
Number 22, Will Lang on the carry.
Will Lang moved the ball.
He's off at number 58, Trent Massey.
Where it will be second down for Somerset.
Gain of 3 yards on the play, second down.
Another give. Good defensive stop that time.
Lang on the carry.
Right there. Ready to call that one quits.
Number 70, Derek Valkovich on the tackle. No gain.
All right, we sure do appreciate the hospitality we've been shown here in Somerset today. All the refreshments and all the hellos. Lots of folks coming by to say hello, make sure that you were at work and doing what you're supposed to be doing. So here's a floater that definitely some miscommunication. I think they were looking
for number 24, Tyson Williams.
He's really lucky that one didn't get scooped up.
Brings up fourth down.
Yeah, because the only two back there were 2 defenders. That'll bring up fourth down for Somerset. Jumpers lining up what they're going to go for here. Ball sits at the 35-yard line, fourth down. Ball at 6.
By the way, Somerset already with a win in the W column there on the year. Nice pass over the middle. Ball then, extra yardage, stiff arm. Down inside the 5-yard line goes the Briar Jumpers.
Back was number 24, Tyson Williams. Number 33, Camposano on the tackle. 31-yard gain on the play. Ball marked on the 4-yard line.
That's first and goal for the Jumpers at the 4. And a big fourth down pickup for Somerset.
I mentioned the win last week in week 0 for Somerset. They won 20-6 over East Jessamine. And there's the
touchdown!
Put 6 on
Number
the board.
22, Will Lang.
Somerset. And the home fans and their cowbells come to life.
See this score in football game, 6-2.
I was just going to say this looks like a Yankees and Red Sox score. But due to the safety miscue,
Dobbs on to attempt the point after.
An opportunity to come back and answer. Now looking for an extra point. A little trickery. Or Just another miscue on special teams. Not sure which one that was designed to be.
McWilliams was brought down to the backfield. The one after attempt is no good.
6-2 score. 4:36 remaining in the first quarter.
Talk to somebody on the other sideline. There's some yelling after that play was over. I should say Robbie Hooper's going to have to talk to him. It's like,
ladies and gentlemen, we have a few vehicles that need to be moved. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, we have a few vehicles in the parking lot that need to be moved. A green four-door Chevy registered to Hartney Bertham. A green four-door Chevy, Hartney Bertham. A white four-door Honda registered to William Clark. A white four-door Honda registered to William Clark. And a gray four-door Ford registered to Sharon Hull. All of these vehicles need to be moved. You are blocking other vehicles. Thank you.
So, teeing this kickoff, teeing it up on the far hash mark. Briar jumpers. A nice spinning kick. Fielded inside the 20. And down at the 24-yard line. Brian, that may be a candidate for the superior collision of the night. That was
Bryson McWilliams on the tackle for the Briar Jumpers.
Bryson and his younger brother, Brayton, who had the fumble recovery earlier. Bryson with the big hit. I'm sure their dad, Chris McWilliams, Franklin Chevrolet, a happy camper here tonight. There was a flag down on the far side. Officials want to talk to you. What's going on?
Daniel, you gotta stay with me.
Personal foul.
Offsetting personal foul.
Offsetting personal fouls on both teams.
Nothing to see here. Move on.
That's right. Do over. Just get moving. I'm not even sure why they call it if it's offsetting, but I guess you have to. So here come the Warriors. Back to the line of scrimmage. 3 backs in the backfield. Give to the up man. And he's going to fall forward 1 yard. Brian, with this kind of ball control offense, it's not pretty, it's not sexy, it's sometimes...
Gain of about 1 yard on the play. Slaughter in on the stop for the Briar Jumpers. Brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Warriors.
That starts to take effect on a defense. And you've got to be patient to run and operate this kind of offense.
Austin Smitty can't throw the football.
And he can also run with it, but he's having some problems hanging on to it.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Warriors.
So, Warriors will retain
Loss of
possession.
about 3 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 12. Well marked on the 26-yard line.
We'll find out how far he can throw and how accurate here on a very long 3rd down conversion upcoming. And there it is. And he just launches that one and hoping that his number 1 receiver can run under it, but he's got some speed, but not that kind of speed.
The Warrior pass falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Upcoming and most likely a punt.
Somerset looking to get great field position here once again as they beat their punters all the way to the 40-yard line.
Here's that rolling punt, but it is not very good. And what is it? Didn't even get back to the
flag down.
Yeah, we're looking at really no fault of the players. Of course, I don't think typically wasn't sure. And so
ball was tipped.
I thought that it looked a little odd when it came out of there.
He tipped the ball! That punter kicked it 70 yards, sir!
We're going to find out.
They're saying it's a personal foul roughing the punter against Somerset. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Somerset.
Roughing the punter is called against the Briar Jumpers.
So Southwestern dodges a bullet here.
Get on my soapbox.
Try again, ref!
I hate that rule whenever they do the
ball marked on the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Back there, and just as you get ready to tackle him, he kicks the ball. I think once he breaks, just like anything else, once he breaks the tackle on either side and he's outside of what they call the pocket, I think he's live ammunition.
Well, I tend to agree with you, but I also know that the reason that they have that rugby style is to take advantage of the rule that was already there, so you can't blame them for using it. So here's a keeper, good yardage. It looks like it's going to be about the 47-yard
on the carry, brought down by Will Lang. There's a flag down.
Brought down by Will Lang. There's a flag down right here in midfield.
Well,
and that's
again, yeah, and there's actually a piece of paper or something on the field over here next to the 40 indicator, and it looked like a flag, and then I saw another, and I wasn't sure if which one was the real deal, but there was indeed a flag.
He was together like a throat slash ball, and they pointed towards Southwestern. I don't know what that was.
I was going to say, I haven't seen that one. I don't know that it's not in the book, but
that's a 15-yard penalty, whatever it was.
Whatever it was bad. Southwestern.
Illegal motion against the Warriors.
Illegal motion is not a 15-yard penalty. I'm sorry to say.
I was going to say that's some type of roughing or personal foul. It's 15 yards. But we knew who it was on, and here's a good gainer. And this one,
he's going to get back to 15 yards and more.
Capitano on the carry.
So it's going to make it manageable.
Stop at number 11, Tyler McGargle. Ball marked at the 44-yard line. 18-yard gain on the play.
Now this is not a baseball score.
2nd and 7 now for the Warriors.
Somerset with the lead, top of the 4th. Oh, I'm sorry, first quarter. By Tyson Williams, short.
Capasano on the carry. It's up at number 24, Tyson Williams.
Wrap up and
gain of 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and 4 for Southwestern. Ball marked just shy of midfield at the Warrior 48-yard line.
I think about 2 plays ago, Southwestern would have been tickled if you told them they had a very doable 3rd down.
All those Southwestern trail 6-2. They had all the entire quarter. Somerset just 2 big strikes that they've had.
Right. There's the line judge.
Timeout Southwestern.
Coach Stevens says, hey, we have them, let's use them.
And especially whenever it's very meaningful like this in field position.
Fans, at this time we'd like to welcome the Somerset High School class of 2002. Once again, that's the Somerset High School class of 2002. Happy 10 years, guys.
Move into Somerset territory. Had a good time here tonight with the atmosphere, especially as the sun went down and it cooled down a little bit, and a lot of folks decided to get out of the house.
Don't forget, fans, you also have another chance at the Pot of Gold. You have another chance at the Pot of Gold. Tickets are $1 or 6 for $5. The drawing will be held at the end of the third quarter, so go ahead and get those tickets now.
Football starts.
Really?
NAIA college football starts tomorrow.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. I got a few things to do, but I've got some games that I want to see.
I'm going to be logged on the internet all day tomorrow. Checking out all the games.
Get some updates on MVPSportsChannel.com. So here's a give. Wow! Again, another big collision right in the center. Coming from the linebacker position.
Camposano on the carry. Stop number 24, Tyson Williams. Gain of 1 on the play, 4th down.
Southwestern again faced with a 4th and about a 1.5 yards. And it looks like that they are going to go for this. Spread it out a little bit. Somerset digging in. Here's the keeper with a lead block, but no avail.
Smitty on the carry. Number 25, Jacoby Gilmore with the stop.
Big celebration out there on the field. Celebrate that big stop.
No gain on the play. Turnover on down. They'll be 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers from the Warrior 49-yard line.
I would say Southwestern's had the ball, 9 minutes or more of this first quarter, and Somerset still leads it 6-2.
I think they're on the plus side of that. Somerset has certainly taken advantage of the opportunity they have. But then again, they also know what they're up against with that ball control offense, so using that little slip screen.
Last with number 83, Cam Chevron.
3 yards. And that will mark the conclusion of the first quarter.
As time expires in the first quarter, your score, the Southwestern Warriors 2, your Somerset High School Briar Jumpers 6.
So here we go to open up the second quarter contest. Somerset and Southwestern here in Pulaski County, Kentucky. And in motion in the shotgun formation, which is a keeper for Somerset, and second down, maybe about a yard gain, so that'll bring up about 3rd and 6.
Gain of about 1 on the play. 3rd down.
So now a two-handed pitch. And nobody's fooled on that one.
Jones talking about number 5, Jesse Meade.
All the way back to the original line of scrimmage and bring up 4th and 10 for Somerset. And looks like they were going to bring the punt.
Loss of 4 yards on the play, 4th and 10.
Why would Coach Lucas' defense have been very stout so far tonight?
Rising to the occasion when they have to.
Bryson Jones back to punt for the Jumpers.
Of course, this will give Southwestern an opportunity to control that ball again for the second quarter. There's a very high punch, a little back kick, and it is corralled at the 35, 36-yard line.
The Briar Jumper punt is down at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
And of course, this is like in relation to a boxer with body blows, just waiting for them to take effect when you've got this kind of ground game and you just keep punching to the ribs and keep punching to the ribs, and Southwestern hoping that they're going to break through in a few minutes. Rollout looking for an option maybe, but struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe
falls short a little bit, so.
Stop at number 18, Castle Hatcher.
We'll see if we find some more conventional ways to run that.
Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 11.
You notice that Somerset, their defense, a lot of communicating, a lot of talking as they are in between plays. Line shift now from the defense, trying to overpower the offensive line. Somerset.
The Warriors pass intercepted by number 7, Jalen Jones. Right down.
Favoring the Briar Jumpers. And here comes some more laundry.
There's another flag down.
The official throws a yellow flag.
Yeah, this is back toward the Southwestern line of scrimmage.
And the official, what if he's helping somebody with some equipment or if he's got somebody talking to somebody, but either way, he's making sure that he is heard by the Southwestern Warriors. So hopefully that flag will have some meaning, that or the conversation.
I hate that. Just
offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against both teams.
I suppose it's to let them know.
One guy threw it up in the air and another guy took his helmet off. So it's two separate things, though.
I'm not talking.
Oh, sorry about that.
Brian, get an explanation over there.
Toby Durham, the white hat from the game before.
Ball marked at the 43-yard line. First down, Jumpers!
I'm sure there's a lot of folks saying good luck on that. Once he actually threw the flag on the first play is what he's okay. All right, so here we go, airing it out again. Somerset with a shot, strike, in stride, touchdown, Somerset.
A 67-yard touchdown completion to number 83, Cam Chevron.
Somerset strikes.
He caught him dead in stride. Chevron never let out of it.
Never. That's what you want as a quarterback, and that's what you want as a wide receiver. Never have to adjust to the ball. It just falls right in the basket, and you just keep on trucking.
Dobbs to try the point after.
The extra point is no good.
The try for point is no good.
Extra points failed here tonight.
12 to 2, 9:27.
Warriors hoping that this next possession they can get something going in a positive manner. We've seen Somerset the Warriors would like to milk that clock way down before halftime.
They need to at least pick up a couple of first downs and milk that Somerset feeling it right now. And you have to think Somerset's defense will come after the heel.
You can tell by Somerset's sidelines, there's chatting and talking and very active. They are quite enthused about the 10-point lead that they have.
Campusano back deep to receive.
So here is the kick. Taken inside the 20. And pushed out of bounds about the
number 1, Baker on the return. Sub number 14, Braden McWilliams. Ball marked at the 35-yard line, first and 10 for the Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to buy your pot of gold tickets. Find a cheerleader right now to buy your pot of gold tickets. They'll be drawing the winner at the end of the third quarter.
The McWilliams brothers have made their presence felt here. Just like the rest of the Somerset defense especially. And there looks like a gift on the ground, and there's a scrum that breaks out underneath there. We'll find out. It looks like it may be recovered and is by Southwestern.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Warriors.
So this will bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of 1 yard on the play, 2nd down and 12. Correction, 2nd down and 11.
So we have Somerset sort of licking their chops now as they're hoping that defensively they can get this power game stalled. Now back from the shotgun formation. And the quick little out. And that is probably not the best decision made by the Warriors tonight on offense.
3rd down.
But they do have 3rd down now. Still 3rd and 11. The good news is that the Warriors have the clock stopped in the event that they need some extra time coming back the other way. So the little draw will get him a 1st down conversion. It was going to be close where he stepped out of bounds, but it looks like he's got it by about a yard.
Number 88, Addison Thompson.
And Southwestern will maintain possession.
Gain of 12 on the play, 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
It's 1st and 10, even though the marker now they change it on the far sideline. First indication.
Southwestern is so deliberate. Offensive scheme.
Back to the wishbone. And here they go. Pounding against the Briar Jumpers defense.
Tyson Williams again.
Number 22 on the carry. That's Dustin Floyd. Gain of 2 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Coach Lucas is shuffling in and out. Fresh bodies every play. Keep that defense fresh. As you said, Southwestern likes to run the football. Keep fresh bodies on that field at all times.
He's going to get an flag.
Flag's down.
Too long that time.
He said they were deliberate. And just a tad off the mark there that time. I think that one snapped. They'll mark off 5, and that's not the direction that you want for a ball control offense. Penalties will kill you in your momentum. And not only that, but it stops the clock.
5-yard penalty. Second down.
So back to the line. Toss and back to the original line of scrimmage.
Campusano on the carry.
So third down and long forthcoming. Now inside 7.5 minutes. Here in quarter number 2.
Is it just me or is it
Slaughter and Griffith on the stop for the Briar Jumpers.
everybody's trying to catch their second breath here and get ready to go again?
Third down and 9 for the Warriors.
And the thing is I think that's exactly where Southwestern wants you, is to sort of get lulled to sleep. Not that the Briar Jumpers have any danger of that, but you just sort of methodically go through the motions, and then sometimes you lose focus a little bit, but sometimes your offense has a miscue.
Southwestern going to get a free
Line down.
out of this, as it looked like the
Smitty stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Pushed
Stop at number 59, Bridge Smith.
It's also
unless we get that dreaded offset.
Right, I was going to say, because one of the helmet came off of the ball carrier, but it was pulled off by the defense, not on his own volition. So
Toby Durham, that is unsportsmanlike conduct. The helmet came off. Is that unsportsmanlike?
But it came off from one of the defensive players.
He wasn't even paying attention until he caught it.
Nothing like
dead ball. Personal foul against Somerset is the call.
okay,
They
so
take it off and it falls off the helmet, set out of
Sophie wasn't paying attention. He was down here tweeting or texting or something like that.
Dead ball, personal foul against the Briar Jumpers. We'll put the ball on the 39-yard line.
They bring us something back, but that's all right. We'll let him go this
Some
time.
popcorn and Mountain Dew.
Are you kidding? You got ribeye steak sandwiches down
Yes,
there,
they
barbecue.
do.
First and 10 for the Warriors.
I don't pay attention to my games either.
And so we've been told.
Toby just said it. He didn't pay attention to his games either. So for those
we've
at
been
home,
told, so.
yeah.
Campusano on the carry.
There's a lot of going on down here on the field. And helmets flying off all over the place.
It has had the potential to erupt a number of times.
Number 24, Williams.
But honestly, I'm a little surprised
Second down.
that
No gain on
this
the
one
play.
has not had the lid come off of it just yet. But then again, we still got another half plus 6 minutes to go. So second down now. Good job of the defense, but
Brady McWilliams again in there for Somerset, making the stop from that linebacker position.
and I wish
Number 22,
it's
Floyd on the carry.
out of the shot there, but right there you can see that paper
Stop
that's
number
lying on the
14,
field.
Brady
Every
McWilliams.
time. I wish they,
You
I
see
wish,
it right there at the bottom of the screen. There we
I
go.
wish they would
Gain
pick
of
that
1
up
on the
because
play, third down
these
and
old
9.
eyes. Every time I
Get a glimpse
catch,
of it right there.
every time I get a glimpse of it, I think it's a flag on the play. Toby would have had that picked up.
Yes, Toby would have. He would have had that picked up off the field.
So here's the give and straight ahead, and on third down, it's good for only a
Campusano on
couple.
the carry.
So fourth down coming up. As we
Tackled by
approach the
Smith and
5-minute mark.
Jones for the Briar Jumpers.
We'd like to give Toby a real hard time.
Because he's within earshot.
Yeah, true. And we've been around that group for, oh my gosh, how many years? Several years here.
Ball marked on the 36-yard line. Fourth down for the Warriors.
He usually doesn't get a real feel for our appreciation for officiating because he's on the field. So while he's within earshot, we'll take advantage of it. Fourth down, and here's the ball launched, but there's a hand on the shoulder, and I'm wondering, just not catchable is the ruling. So
That's different number 1, Devin Baker.
his progress was impeded down the field.
Thompson on the coverage
that
for the
was
Briar
a little
Jumpers.
iffy.
He is fun to have around, though, because he does give you clarification on rules. Even if he doesn't know the rule, he acts like he does. And, you know, if you have that kind of conviction, everybody believes it. So,
well, he's a likable guy. So
first and 10 for the Iron Jumpers at the 36-yard line.
We may have to have Toby, we may have to have a special segment on the show each week so that you can explain. You can explain some. Well, I think you used it to wipe your mouth with some barbecue sauce. I think there's just remnants of the yellow napkin that he had.
Timeout, Warriors.
Help you out and throw a few extra flags on the first half.
Hey, I stay confused, so I don't want to confuse everybody else.
so we kept him at bay up here and kept him. He doesn't have that good of an arm, so he'd never made it to the field.
And Toby, we would like to know about a couple of the rules changes with the KHSAA this year. We saw it in the first game, the onside kick rule. Now, you're not allowed to make contact until the ball actually rolls 10 yards.
Yeah, some of the rules that they've got now, they've put in for safety. You see the NFL has some rules. We don't always get those, but they'll trickle down to us eventually at the high school level. It has to go 10 yards before the kicking team can make contact, unless the receiving team comes up to engage in that contact. So it kind of takes away from the rolling onside kick. As they
cannonball is what they call it, yes. Now, do you guys, is that something you specifically look for now? Are there certain things like new rules when they come in, you get a little tougher on those when they first come in?
Yeah, they have points of emphasis, and they actually change their alignment on their kickoff coverage to have more people from the ball than their position. So except for getting back to play.
Okay, we're done with you. We'll put Jeff back on. We're not done with you yet, but we'll get back to something here.
Thank you, Toby. And a big gainer here, and it looks like he's going to go for a score. Somerset on the board again.
Touchdown, Jumpers!
Just like that, Somerset.
Number 6, Tanner Gatberry with a 63-yard touchdown run.
He just hit that seam, and he was gone.
Now 18 unanswered points by the Somerset Tigers.
Somerset with lots to cheer about, and the crowd here supporting their home team. Ray Corral Bowl. 4:25 remains as they try to tack on the extra point. And that would look like that it is good. So that will change the score.
The extra point is good.
Now 19-2. And Somerset beginning to roll here in this first half of football action in the second game of our broadcast. And looks like Brian's got some more questions to tell me.
We're going back to the stand here. We'll talk about some more. As we were talking about other points of emphasis, what kind of points of emphasis do you have besides the outside kick? And I know there's always an emphasis on the safety, the hands off the helmet area and things of that.
The helmet-to-helmet contact's a big one. Leading with your head as a tackler, or even a runner that tries to watch that, just because the concussions taking people out of the ball. To watch that, so that's something.
Number 9, Chandler Tom, set to kick off for the Briar Jumpers.
Tweak the rule on first collar, it's either backwards or to the side. Now it used to just be backwards for us.
And that was one that a lot of people didn't know the actual ruling on that. And you guys got yelled at a lot over it.
Yeah, that was one that trickled down, but there was a difference in the way that the wording was on what we had. So it looks like we're picking up.
Short kick that's going to bounce inside the 20. Out across the 30 to about the 31.
Campusano on the return.
Southwestern again looking to Jeff have some kind of movement with the football here, just trying to eat up a little bit of clock and get to halftime.
Well, you've got to think that they're looking for right now Southwestern just something to, positive to hang their hat on as they go to halftime, because they certainly don't want this one to get out of hand. They want to make sure that they've got some momentum as they go into the locker room here so they can catch their breath, recoup.
Walmart at the 33-yard line, first and 10 for the Warriors.
Maybe even the conclusion of this one, you're going to see Southwestern rely rely on that ground game a lot more because the air attack has not helped them out.
The thing is, getting you the points. It's not even halftime yet. Should Somerset put up another score, they're going to have to do something to throw the football somehow. Try to move the ball because it's been a little tough sledding so far here tonight.
Well, that's the drawback to a ball control ground game is if you don't have the complementing air game, if that's not your strength, then the other team can force you to become one-dimensional, especially in an area where it is not
Floyd on the carry, tackled by Smith, second down.
You have some great odds to overcome. We're going to find out with 3:40 remaining here in the first half. Back to the ground.
During the timeouts, he's
keeper.
handing it to me and asking me questions.
And the ball is loose. We'll see the official throw the beat
Ball
back.
fumbled by the Warriors, recovered by the Briar Jumpers.
It is Somerset football with 3:29.
Smitty on the carry.
And a short field in front
Fumble
of the
forced by
Briar
number
Jumpers.
14, Braden McWilliams. Fans, your attention, please.
Well, we saw
William
a similar
Thompson,
situation
owner of a blue
earlier with
Sequoia.
Pulaski
William
County against Rowan
Thompson,
County.
owner of a blue Toyota Sequoia. Please move your vehicle immediately. You are blocking the tour buses and it will be towed if you don't move it immediately. Thank you.
Still a good stiff defense despite the letdown on the last possession by the Warriors. And you got to think they're going to dig in.
Ball marked on the 31-yard line.
Yeah.
So there's movement. Little
Flag down.
Left tackle trying to leave a little early. So just a mental error. But that moves Somerset back.
False start on the Briar Jumpers. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Depends on what they were doing.
Still first down.
Here comes some defensive pressure. He's got a man wide open.
Again, and he was wide open. And Somerset has blown this game open, 25-2.
And Somerset lucky that time that they released the ball when they did, because otherwise they had some defensive pressure in the backfield. Here we go with another auspicious point after attempt. It's not been favorable here on this field for tonight. This one looks like it is no good. And most of them
driver point is no good.
Pulled to the left. So 25-2. Score here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining.
Jeff, you look at some penalties against Somerset and the bad snap. And this game could be well out of hand by now. The Jumpers have given Southwestern several first downs after committing penalties on the third or fourth down.
So
they have now outscored Southwestern 25-0 after trailing 2-0 early on in this ball game.
So again, it could be a repeat of what we saw earlier, where Pulaski County spotted Rowan County, an early score, and then came from behind and didn't look back. Briar Jumpers, the ball teed up at the 40. And this one going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. And close to a penalty there, but none called. The officiating crew keeping the hankies.
Number 1, David Baker on the return.
Pocket, but we do have a Warrior that looks like
Number 2,
shaken
Bryson
up or-
McWilliams, and number 8, Devin Griffith.
Oh, okay, all right, so wardrobe malfunction.
17-yard return.
What? It has been
Ball marked on the 22-yard line. First and 10 for the Warriors.
extracurricular activity on both sides of the football.
Well, already we've had a couple of severe collision candidates for later on for the post game. We've had some collisions already. So far, nobody's had to have any body work.
Smitty trying to get away.
A little indecision that time.
Smitty on the carry. Jones with a stop.
A few yards, looks like 3. Where they're going to spot it, and this will bring up second down.
Southwestern now just trying to get out of the half without any further damage.
Trying to get out of there into the field without turning it over again as well. Approaching the 2.5-minute mark. Defense crowds. And the offense pushes ahead. And that's going to be out about the 28-yard line.
.2:15 to go here in the half. 25-2. Somerset leads Southwestern.
Campusano on the carry. He's stopped by a host of Briar Jumpers.
Well, we got a
ball marked at the 28-yard line.
Back to bring you some football action. So
fans right now, Kiki Nazario is in the ducking booth.
You know what's going to be hard about this helmet thing? Every other kid saying he ripped it off.
Look that up here. We'll let everybody know where we're going to be. Yep.
Good defensive pressure again by Somerset.
Smitty brought down number 8, Devin Griffith.
They want the ball back. Minute 33.
Timeout, Briar Jumpers.
And the Jumpers wanting to put more on the board.
With you there, it is what it is. Well, a lot of times he doesn't get it off to the sidelines to whine about it. He's whining to us. These kids going to the sidelines and say, well, I got my helmet ripped off.
It's a lot more comfortable going into halftime in the second game than it was this afternoon.
Oh,
I'm with you, but he's going to go over it.
Miserable here earlier on. And actually, it was not that hot of a day until we got here. The wind quit blowing.
I'm like,
we were on these aluminum bleachers, the sun beating down on us, and it was right in our face. We could not see anything. Nobody could. We had the power outages. The radio stations went off the air. We went off. Everybody's electronics went out.
Everything was overheating, and we're kind of positioned here. We're kind of down in the bowl, kind of a low-lying area. So if there was any wind, it was over the top of us down in this low area.
Chevron Lane back to receive.
I don't know about frying any eggs on the sidewalk, but what I'm going to say is there's going to be some sunscreen in the plans for the next contest. Fair catch called for and made. 42-yard line.
Punt recovered by number 83, Cam Chevron, at the 43-yard line. First and 10 for the Briar Jumpers.
Audio problems.
It's a 29-yard punt for the Warriors.
Ever since that outage that we had, trying to get those fixed and remedied.
Well, just like these coaches and these teams, they'll go back and look at the film and see where they can
punt.
That's right. Well, we have done that a number of times already tonight. So
get ready for 2 weeks from now. And we're not done yet. We still have a half of football left here.
We've had a good time.
Fast already. Lang.
And again, the good thing for
talk about number 3, Stuart Russell.
This physical.
Gain of 8 yards on the play, second down.
Line usually doesn't show up until the latter part of the game anyway, so this could get quite exciting as Somerset goes to the physical game, and they punch that one straight forward, and looks like that it's going to be close enough for a measurement.
Slaughter on the carry.
Let's see, do they spot it? Give them the first down.
Where the ball spotted, it looks like it's well far.
Timeout, Briar Jumpers.
Well, Somerset with a timeout. It is a first down, though.
Chains are moving on the far sidelines.
53 seconds.
Official measurement.
Somerset leads it 25-2.
First down, Jumpers!
We've had a lot of folks who've stopped and said hello and wanted to know about MVP Sports Channel. And we directed them to MVPSportsChannel.com. Happened to be tuned our way, courtesy of however you found us, whether it's friend of yours said, hey, you've got to check this out, or whether you found it on Facebook or Twitter. That's right. And we would ask you to do the same. Go to MVP Sports Channel on Facebook and like our page. Here's another long shot. One-on-one situation.
Nice, for number 7, Jalen Jones.
Somerset. Or you can follow us at MVP Sports News on Twitter. We'd be happy to not only have you watching at your game, wherever you might be, but also we'd like to have your pictures or video from games going on in and around the area. And of course you can follow along with what's happening in high school sports, as well as all the area colleges, universities around. Brian said a little earlier there's college football action happening tomorrow. There's some action happening right up the middle of the field for Somerset. And again, inside of 40 seconds remaining here. And here come the Briar Jumpers.
That was McGargle.
Back to Blake McGargle. Ball marked at the 10. First down, Jumpers!
Now Southwestern trying to keep this thing respectable here. First half. Snap and looking, but he can't find anybody before he's snowed under.
Gadberry brought down the backfield.
Somerset calling his last time out of the half with 27 seconds to go. 25-2 Somerset with the lead, looking to extend that before halftime.
Coach Lucas must be thinking,
loss of about 9 yards on the play.
Up against this ball control offense, so why not take a shot? Because that is almost an insurmountable amount of points to come from behind.
And if I'm not mistaken, Somerset gets the ball to start the second half. So you put some points up here, that makes you a lot more confident if you come out in the second half.
Takes a lot of pressure off of you when you open things up. Yes, it is. They've avoided a huge deficit.
Fumble recovered by the Warriors on the 16-yard line.
Maintain possession.
Somerset out of timeouts. They're lining up in the wishbone. It looks like Southwestern may just run it out here.
Straight ahead, and
that was even dangerous. Try to get that ball out of there, but we're going to go to halftime. That's going to be the last play.
Yeah, but I agree. I think you at least got to give it a shot. I mean, it's a safe play.
It's one on the play, second down.
Situation.
Time expires in the first half.
But you never know.
It's the Southwestern Warriors 2.
You know that
your Somerset High School Briar Jumpers 25.
In this nightcap game, Ray Trail Bowl is 25-2 And it's pretty much all Somerset over Southwestern so far. Jeff Wicks along with Brian Abner, and a very fun evening here in Somerset, Kentucky. Our inaugural broadcast for football on MVPSportsChannel.com is happening tonight. And
we've had some fun, haven't we?
We've had some fun.
Oh my goodness.
That's one of those that you write it down and tell the kids about later on.
Our first game of the night, Pulaski County with a big win over Rowan County, 41-26. That game was pretty much out of hand about midway through the third quarter of play. Pulaski took that one away. Rowan County comes back with a couple of late scores to make it look respectable. The Maroons advanced to 1-0 in the season, 0-2 for Rowan County. This one here at halftime, Somerset leading Southwestern 25-2.
We've got some scores from around on this Friday night, August 24th. Of course, our early game had us an opportunity to, I guess, probably be the first game in the state tonight to get underway. And some other scores: Bell County edging out Bryan Station 32-31. You think that was some nail biter?
Sound like a good game, especially after coming off that loss last week.
And that one
Bell County
in overtime, by the way.
Yes.
Overtime, by the way. Montgomery County over Mason County, 21-14. Pike County rolls up 62 points, taking on Phelps in the Pike County Bowl.
To be honest with you, that didn't say a whole lot because Phelps lost to Jenkins last week over there in the mountains.
And of course, as we told you, the Pulaski County and Rowan County, the early game for us tonight, 41-26, your final score there, all Maroons. Grayson County, 21-14 at Central Hardin. That's in the Swope Nissan First Citizens Bank Bowl. Ashland Blazer, 42-19 over Raceland. DuPont Manual is a winner tonight over Fern Creek, 14-7. And also it's Franklin County, 63-0 over Western Hills. 21-15, your final score is Holmes over Scott. Also Lawrence County over Jackson County, 42-8. Ludlow 48-37 winners at Pendleton County. Morgan County 38-22 winners over Boyd County. North Oldham edges out Oldham County 16-10. I know that was probably a dandy game.
I was going to say that's a big rivalry game up there around the Louisville area.
Sure is, and we might even have some coverage of that tonight, a little bit later on. Paris over Paintsville, 20-12. Pleasure Ridge, no problems as they blast Valley, 61-0. Russell, 45-10 at Greenup County. Shelby County, 21-0 winners over LaRue County. Simon Kenton, 21-17 winners at Beechwood. Spencer County, 17-7 winners at East Jessamine. Wayne County big winners over Estill County, 54-8. And Williamsburg blanks Harlan, 36-0. And that's the scores we have so far.
You know, some really good games out there. And I tell you that Wayne County score shocks me a little bit. Not that Wayne County's not a really good football team, but the way they manhandled Estill County tonight, that one really shocks me.
Well, some scores coming to you. We'll have a scoreboard up in all of our games from around the state, all across Kentucky, plus Tennessee as well. A little bit later on tonight as all those scores continue to come in. Plus, of course, early in the season, lots of big games on for Saturday as well in and around the state of Kentucky and, of course, across Tennessee. So, matter of fact, one of those I mentioned earlier in our earlier broadcast, Christian County taking on Clarksville tomorrow. So that'll be a good one for Jerry Clayton. And also, Hopkinsville taking on Lono. Lono looked really good last year. I thought they might be somebody to make some noise this year. And who knows, maybe give Christian County a little run for their money. Christian County, of course, slated to be one of the front runners.
In 5A, yes. And before it's all said and done, couple of running backs that were out of this world. We get a chance to see them again this year. The Don Marshall Bowl, Week 10, coming up later on this season. We can see Warren Central and Christian County both.
And when you and I saw them, what we did not know was that there was an injury to probably one of their most exciting running backs on the squad. He didn't play at all. And he'll be in full force coming up this year. But there's a lot of folks that have developed well throughout the off season, and Christian County looks like they're loaded again this year. And so now, of course, you can tell us all about your favorite team. Let us know what's going on with your favorite, whoever's in your neighborhood. Let us know. You can go to MVPSportsChannel.com, and after the broadcast, or even during our broadcast, and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and you'll find Contact Us, and you can get the email address there, send it forward. Also, there was a few pictures you'll see on an article from last week, and it's right under the high school heading. It's called "This is High School Sports," and there's some good photos there. Also, one of our new writers, TJ Sneed, with right up on Coach Walker, Matt Walker, who's a former assistant for Bellarmine College, or University rather, has come back to his alma mater. So we get an opportunity to find out who the new man is to replace former Coach Todd Driscoll. Lindsey Wilson right down the road here, Brian. Kicks things off coming up tomorrow in women's soccer.
Also kicking off their football season tomorrow at Kentucky Christian over in eastern Kentucky. We saw their buses coming through here earlier this evening heading that direction. Set to kick off the 2012 season.
And for the, I don't know, it's not really for the fan of the heart, I'll tell you, if you've never played fantasy football, you want to break your heart, but you need to give it a try. and it will break your heart at some point in time, I'm going to tell you. But we've got Bill Trammell, who is giving you the Fantasy Edge. Follow the Fantasy Edge for lots of tips and inside information on who you might want to start.
Need all the help I can get.
And I'm telling you, brother, that's extremely helpful. So I'll be reading that faithfully. Don't you read it, because and of course I'll also tell you too, those folks who go to the channel.com, you also find all the news that's going on in and around our area. Speed at the top of the page that you'll notice, and it's all news that's going on affects us. Be at MVPSportsChannel.com and see what the latest news is. The news here is that so far Somerset has had their way against Southwestern. They lead this one 25-2. Courtesy of that safety early on in the contest. That team's still at halftime. Ryan and I are enjoying it. You know, Ryan, it's always kind of fun because a lot of broadcasting will break away from the halftime, and we don't get an opportunity. It's always fun, especially these kind of contests where you've got folks know each other, certainly. And you get to see a lot of the young kids getting a chance to run around on the field.
Yeah, that's what they look forward to at halftime.
I think that's why they come, is just so they can run around. But you know what? It gets them excited about running around on Friday nights on the football field. I'm all for that. They like that and enjoy that. The aspiring cheerleaders out there also teams too. Somerset band's been ranked up. Doing a good job tonight, keeping everybody Since the sun has gone down, I don't think there's a leaf that's even wriggling in a tree anywhere so much as a breeze anyway.
I was looking at the exact same thing. You can see the trees just beyond the lights over on the far side of the field, and nothing moving right now. Just a stale, just the air is so heavy right now, stale. It is a clear sky.
A lot of humidity in the air, and so I'm wondering how that's going to play into, as the temperature cools down and you get a little condensation on that football, we're going to see some more mishaps in the second half.
Something else you might want to look out for is, it is a cooler night, temperature's cooling off a little bit, kids may start cramping up because they're not drinking enough fluids. They're thinking, okay, I'm good to go, it's not too bad out here. But those are usually the nights that you have those kind of issues.
I agree with that. With cooler night, at least one where you've been pretty hot all day long, and then it cools down and feels it's much cooler. You do tend to not hydrate as much as you do sometimes when it stays hot, and especially with a later start time for the second game. That's true. You may have hydrated a little bit earlier today, but by now in one half of football behind you, you've got some cramp probabilities coming up, so we'll see how that plays into the second half. And just a few more minutes before the teams will take the field again. We're in front of a very, very good crowd here in Somerset, and right about sundown we've had a pretty good crowd move in and camp out around the track. I think a lot of them just wanted to keep moving. They didn't want to sit down for any length of time, so they've been standing around and visiting with some of their friends and neighbors.
Trying to stay off these hot bleachers as well.
I don't know that asphalt is any better, but
true.
Yeah, but at least they're down there moving. Last year, we were in Edisonville. Broadcast. This is I hope, the only time that I ever seen this. We actually had, this was Madisonville and Christian County, I believe. And we had the third play of the second half, and it was an injury. And it took a little while because of the severity of the injury. At kickoff in excess of 95 degrees, and I want to say it was somewhere around 97. And it was just extremely hot. Well, a lot of people were standing up and watching, and obviously concerned about the young man who was injured. And while we were there, someone apparently overheated and fell in the midst of the crowd. The anxiety in the crowd rose to such a level. We had 3 people who, in a matter of minutes, that dropped.
And you can see that this time of year how quickly that can happen.
So, and these people, because they were kind of crowded up, this big crowd game, it was very hot, that they had hydrated themselves. So, it's still hot. Take care of yourself, just like the players have to hydrate. So, but we had three people go down. We didn't have enough ambulances to carry everybody out, so basically they called the game. It was the first time I've ever seen that. Coaches got together and said, this is down in the scorebook. I think it actually went down as a 7-0 forfeit. But so certainly, if you're out and about, we've had some extremely hot weather early on this year. We've also had some cooler days as of late. But I guess as everybody gets back out and the temperature's climbing into the 90s again as it was today, everybody needs to be careful, especially if you get out and a little extra energy exerted whenever you're cheering for your favorite team. Teams coming back out onto the field, and Somerset in the far left and stretching and getting ready. Hopefully they've hydrated very well. Southwestern now back out onto the field. Do your stretching and your
that's what I've been doing while you were talking. Getting my stretches in.
You know what you're doing.
I'm not talking about the ball.
Trying to catch up on some scores around the mountain area. Johnson Central 44-36 over Perry County in the fourth.
Male beat Butler 14-6.
And it looks like Jenkins High School is going to improve to 2-0. I believe for the first time, maybe in school history.
With Allen Central tonight.
They are up 38-18, with just under a minute to go in that ball game, which I'm sure has ended. So congratulations to Jenkins. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're the Cavaliers. Don't ask me why I know that.
Yeah, I don't ask you why you know anything. That's good.
Johnson Central has defeated Perry Central 44-36.
County 10-8 in Clinton County.
$25-2 is the score here at halftime, as we're just about set to start the second half of play.
Tennessee for you tonight. Antioch over Station Camp 19-10. Burns gets beaten by Cascade 14-6. Cheatham County rolls over Sycamore for 2-14. Hollywood 40 points on the board against Forest 40-34. Jackson County like Columbia 28. And Hickman also shuts out Waverly 49-0.
Looks like we're ready to play football.
Chevron and Lang back deep to receive for the Briar Jumpers.
Wes Mullen, by the way, blanks a pinpoint. The second half is underway. Nice kick deep in the end zone, but it's an even nicer return. Somerset right out of the box. Gone. Will
Touchdown, Jumpers!
That is a touchdown.
Will Lang with a 94-yard touchdown run on the kickoff return.
And that is going to be very, very steep hill to climb if you're Southwestern. Now 31-2 with the possibility of an extra point. Somerset has certainly tried to drive a stake in the heart here of the Southwestern fans.
And that didn't take long either. 16 seconds.
Hill for the point after.
They couldn't have driven that in 16 seconds. So this time the extra point is up and good.
The try for point is good.
With 11:44 remaining here in the third quarter. With 16 seconds in, as Brian said. We have a 32-2 score. 30 points is really tough right now if you're over there on the Warrior sideline scratching your head trying to figure out what just happened.
Just had to report another score in around the states. Number 3 in Class 6A, Scott County played Highlands tonight. Highlands 60-37.
There was the defense. Thank you very much for all of your input tonight. Scores, photos, videos, highlights from all the area teams across Tennessee and Kentucky. We'd appreciate those. We appreciate you sharing MVPSportsChannel.com with all of your friends. So here comes the Warriors trying to make a statement. Not lying down as they return it out to the 45-yard
Baker on the return, 36-yard return for the Warriors.
That's not going to help things. And I don't know if
Flag down.
it's a flag back in the end zone. There's something over there.
There's a flag at the 37. There's one back.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Warriors.
Boy, they had a lot of those times.
So is this, looks like it's going to be against Southwest. This is going to nullify good return. Depending on the Spada's foul. They are marching back inside the 20-yard line. This will be inside the 10 now.
They must have taken the penalty from the 22.
The spot of the incident.
Yeah, that 22 is right up to the 37. Unless that's a new rule in the KHSA, but that's supposed to be like the
Ball marked at the 6-yard line.
It's a 15-yarder from the 22.
First and 10 for the Warriors.
Southwest has done itself no favors here as we've started the second half of play. We're 23 seconds in, and looks like the wheels are coming off here.
2 points will not cut it against Somerset or a lot of teams. Southwestern needing to get something going. And lateral movement not helping them a great deal, but they pick up a couple of yards, trying to gain a little breathing room.
Baker on the carry.
The Wildcat there.
Ball marked on the 9-yard line, gain of about 3.
One thing I have noticed on the far sidelines, it looks like the Southwestern crowd has thinned out a little bit over there. course, it is going to be late at night, too. It's, what, 20 minutes to 11 on a Friday night. It's past my bedtime.
Oh, you can sleep in. I'll write you a note. Take it home to the missus.
Obviously, you're never going to run my house on a Saturday.
But you got somewhere to
Baker
go.
on the carry.
Nowhere to go, just something to do.
He'll be stopped for a loss.
Yard to mow, weeding to be done.
Gilmore on the tackle.
Get a goat.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. 3rd down.
You got a dog that's half goat.
He digs up my yard. Well, yeah, I guess he's taking care of the grass at the same
A
time.
great mole hunter.
Be happy for him to find one.
I don't know who I put my money on that I'm thinking about. It's bigger
Play
than
clock is at 0. Been at 0 for a long
it
time.
has been, and yeah,
Like
this
now.
was finally saw it.
I mean, it's been at 0 for about 3 seconds.
I was starting to debate whether it had cleared out inadvertently, but the officials were
Delay a game.
looking at something else, and they had at least 2 full
Half the
seconds
distance to the goal.
of 0 there to discover that.
Ball marked on the 3.
Now the ball's marked
3rd down.
3-yard line.
Southwest got it stuck in reverse here, much to the delight now of the defense that shifts for Somerset. The juggle and another safety forthcoming. Tackle in the end zone.
Safety.
Gets the 2 points back and away early. And that is 9 in a row unanswered. And just
Griffith on the carry. He's tackled in the end zone for safety.
And that's just
Oh,
tough.
correction, tackled by Griffith.
Southwestern will be looking for answers on that sideline over there. Good night here in Somerset. The Somerset Briar Jumpers. Commanding lead, looking to build on that. Crosstown rival Southwestern looking to get something going so that they can hold their head high when they pass their neighbors down the street. County, winner 48-21 at Metcalfe County.
Laying on the return. It's a 19-yard return.
For the Falcons.
Brought down by Chandler Gover for the Warriors. Lang gets across midfield. Back to the Warrior 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers.
Briar Jumpers looking to really put this one out of hand here. If they can do something with this possession. You might see the rest of the squad on the other sidelines go on. And here they go.
Touchdown, Jumper! Number 22, Will Lane with the 47-yard touchdown run.
Back-to-back scoring plays for Somerset. So it really gets deep now. You can almost get the car started in the parking lot if you are a Warrior fan.
And now we're getting to the point, Jeff. One more score, and by KHSAA rule, we'll have to
Hill to try the one after.
For the remainder of the game.
Yes.
McWilliams to hold.
The rule is, Brian, what is it?
45-point differential.
Okay. And this one. Extra point.
The try for point is good.
So now 41-2 the score with 9:23 remaining in the third quarter. And Somerset getting it, firing on all cylinders, and they look like a team to contend with. Brian, how does this Somerset team stack up against some of the Somerset teams in the past few years?
Now, they've had some really good teams over in the past few years, but this one here, the mix of size, speed, experience, Coach Lucas being here for the last couple of years now, I think this could be a special, special team.
You certainly don't want to start filling in all of your blanks just yet. And of course on September 7th, Somerset will be at home. They'll be hosting Hazard.
And I believe that's what the game will be back over here.
I think so. Breathitt County to follow that. Glasgow on the road. Whitley County. And then they'll be away to go to Danville. Now here's some daylight for Southwestern. It's a foot race. He's got a good angle. We're going to find out, can he make that move? Inside the 5-yard line. And finally, a big positive for the Warriors and no flags.
And they got lucky because there was a block in the back around the 40-yard line.
Only if it's called.
That's right, only if it's called.
Baker on the return.
Talking about the schedule for Somerset. And
an 83-yard return.
As we get into October, Lexington Christian will be here.
It's district play with Danville, Lexington Christian, and Middlesbrough.
Ball marked at the 4-yard line. First and goal for the Warriors.
Season with Perry County Central, right here in Somerset. These Warriors will pitch back, and another swing after by that.
Campusano on the carry.
For defense. Loss on the play.
Talk about number 44, Jones, and number 8, Devin Griffith.
And goal. You mentioned that.
Swarm, and that's right. That explains it.
Loss of 2 yards on the play.
Size and speed that you mentioned over the
second down.
line. That's evident here because they can get there in a hurry, close a lot of ground, and then they can hit you when they arrive. Warriors hoping for a score here. Not willing to be kept out of the end zone tonight. Here's a rollout, but again, here comes the linebacking core. Jumpers are all over that, and again, another big loss.
Going in reverse now.
Southwest just cannot move forward with the ball.
Loss of 5 yards on the play.
So Southwestern.
Fox on the tackle for the Briar Jumpers. TJ Jackson and Elizabeth Scott, please come to the front gate.
Looking to avoid
your mother is waiting.
And you'll have Marion County coming. And this pass completed, but then stopped abruptly.
Pass complete to number 1, Baker. Talk about Jalen Jones.
So Marion County, then Danville. Addison Southern.
Ball marked at the 5-yard line. 4th down and goal to go.
County and Warren Central are all on the schedule ahead for Southwestern in 2020. 4th down. Warriors deep. Looking for a receiver. Incomplete.
Pass in for Baker is incomplete. The Warriors turn the ball over on downs. First down, Jumpers!
The pride got in there. They did not want Southwestern in the end zone.
And they had Baker doubled down there in coverage. So they knew where they were going to go. That's the danger that we talked about. getting one-dimensional, especially when you only have that one receiver. They've run one receiver routes many, many times tonight, Baker being the only option. So why not double it? So here they are with different field position of sorts for the jumpers. Speaking of jumping, I think somebody did. Was it delay?
We had a delay game and we had, it looked like a false start. They're going to move it back.
So they won't move it back by much.
Delay of game.
Because they don't have much to give.
Just, what was it, Somerset?
Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Yeah, that'll look better on the stats.
It was a 93-yard, 97-yard.
So here's the give, up the middle, off to the races again for a first down carry.
I was just joking about the 97 yards to work with, but Will Lang
on the carry.
Sprung that one loose.
Lang wanted to.
He'll get out to the 21-yard line.
The first time.
First down, jumpers!
Somebody guessed that's the first down. Here in Somerset, the jumpers. Lead at 41-2. Here's the give to the man in motion, and he turns the corner, and he is gone. Touchdown, Somerset.
I told you, 97 yards gave them room to work with. They didn't do it in one play, it took them two.
Well, they're getting tired.
Oh, wait a minute. We have a flag all the way back
inside the 20-yard line.
17-yard line. And
is that going to be a hold?
Mr. Referee Joe Timmy's telling him, come on back down here, guys. Premature celebration.
Yes. Don't get too excited too fast. But it was exciting to watch nonetheless. So we'll find out where they're going to march this one back to, inside the 10-yard line. The 9.
Block in the back, the call against the Briar Jumpers. That negates the touchdown.
Touchdown will not go on the board.
It goes as a 10-yard penalty, but if you look at it, Jeff,
it's
that is a 92-yard penalty.
It's a 92-yard penalty. And a little deflating. Here's a high snap. And just falls forward toward the original line of scrimmage, but will fall a little short.
Looks like number 18 Castle Hackler, freshman, in now, and Somerset getting some of their younger players.
Laying on the carry, ball marked at the 9. Second down.
That's what you do with a big lead. Start working on next week, next year. Get some of these younger guys in with some game experience. And when you're talking about they're in at 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter, that's some sizable experience that you get. Here's the toss down the sidelines.
Pass in for number 4, Patrick Williams, is incomplete.
Intended receiver.
Patrick Williams has some wheels.
He does.
Coggins on the coverage.
Senior wideout.
Third and long now for the Briar Jumpers.
5 minutes to go to the third quarter play, 41-2 your score. Southwestern with the huge hole to dig out of here.
Brian, it seems like this second half has found a different gear than what we experienced in the first half, which moved relatively quick. We've got more of this. There's a completion. Breaking free. Going to the house. that's just
touchdown pass to Will Ag.
coverage, one-on-one. Throw it up for your receiver to go up and make an athletic move, and he did, and he hauled it in. And
that was a freshman quarterback throwing the ball that far. On target.
Jumpers with a lot to be excited about. We knew coming into this environment tonight it was going to be a home crowd experience. We knew that they were expecting some really good things, and we had heard, and now we've seen they've got lots of things to be excited about.
Try for pointing good.
For the Briar Jumpers.
And because of that, we are now at a 45-point spread, so we will have a continuous running clock after the ball is set for play. After this kickoff, the ball
number 18, Castle Hatcher, the quarterback, in on that touchdown play.
Just talking about the difference in the pacing of the first half and the second half. Now it will maintain the momentum.
Uriah Newell, please come to the concession stand. Uriah Newell, please come to the concession stand.
Just had a text here. Hazard talking about coming here in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Hazard defeated Clintwood, Virginia, the defending state champion over there in Virginia in their class. Hazard wins that game 23-17 tonight. Hazard going to be coming in here riding a high. As Somerset, I'd imagine, would too with what we're seeing here tonight.
Ought to be a good game. We'll be here. We'll be bringing it to you on MVPSportsChannel.com.
Hill on the kickoff to the Warriors. Baker deep for Southwestern.
So with Baker set to receive this, makes a turn upfield. With hand struggle and some long down field right outside the 30-yard line. And there looks like your cramp.
Yep, that's the classic grabbing for the toes.
Yes.
Back.
And that is painful.
Talk about Addison Thompson, Baker on the return. Number 8, Tevin Griffith, the Briar jumper, shaking up on the play.
Now taking a look.
Face mask, the call against the Briar jumpers.
He's up walking off right now, and you can tell that's just a calf muscle tightening up on him. The ball, it was a penalty against Somerset. The ball moved all the way out to the 47-yard line. And once they go up ready for play, it will run continuous unless there is a score or a timeout called in the field. Or, of course, an injury. Injury timeout. Now the officials
1st and 10 for the Warriors from the 47-yard line.
That it should be a running clock, but at 45 points, it becomes a running clock.
So ball loose. Somerset saying they have it, but it looks like that Southwestern has recovered.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Warriors. Floyd on the carry. Loss of 1 yard on the play, second down.
Delighted to know tonight that Tampa Bay beat New England 30-28 preseason.
All is right in the world. Patriots lose.
You are a big Tom Brady fan. Same hair and everything.
Oh yeah, we're built just alike. A little miscommunication there. It looked like Smitty was going back to hand that ball off to somebody, and nobody was there.
And all he found was the back of a jersey. So that's not
Smitty on the keeper.
Anyway, well, he got about 3 yards out of it.
Tackled by Hatcher. Gain of 3 yards. Third down.
Warriors still looking to get that number 2 off of the side of the scoreboard and add something to it.
The clock's down to 6 seconds, and they're still in the huddle. They're not going to get this play out.
And they do not.
And they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout just prior to that, which will stop the clock at
Timeout, Southwestern.
Remaining here in the third quarter. It's a Somerset lead, 48-2, and Jeff Wicks along with Brian Abner, who
fans, it's time to get out your white pot of gold tickets.
Checking some scores for you.
Get out your white pot of gold tickets.
To us.
The drawing tonight for the second game, the winner gets 94 green American dollars. The winning number is 694
Brian's looking at his ticket right now.
5
big winner.
6 694 856.
Brian's gonna try, but
come up to the press box and find the man in the purple and gold beads, and he'll give you your money. Thanks to everybody who participated.
Monterey over Upperman tonight, 7, Tennessee. Mount Juliet over McGavock, 45-14. Oakland, always good. Wins big over Hunter's Lane, 56-6 tonight. Trousdale County, this is the one I've been looking for. It's not as bad as I thought. Trousdale County, 35.
Fourth down and about 4 yards for the Warriors. Ball marked on the 47-yard line.
Tennessee, and I'll tell you which one of those is my alma mater, but I'm not real happy with the score. So. Back to action
you
here.
Played in that game at one time, did you not?
I've been beaten up by some of the best players in Trousdale County as they were put on the field.
On fourth down, Southwestern does not make it. So
Smitty brought down in the backfield. Brought down by Slaughter. Loss on the play, the Warriors turned the ball over on down.
There for that defensive effort. Somerset back on offense.
Ball marked at midfield, 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers.
So 1/2 of the field to go for another score for Somerset, if they can do that. New clean jerseys in for Somerset. Patrick Williams in motion. And a little miscommunication there on Somerset's behalf. And Southwestern in there to quickly defend.
Hatcher on the keeper.
And the timing was just a little off on that play. Hatcher got a yard out of it. 2nd down and 9.
Stopped by Brewer.
5 to go here in the third
Gained
quarter.
about 1 yard.
Control 48-2. We have been informed officially it is a continuous running clock. 46-point differential.
Trying to execute the same play. Williams with a give, spins out of a tackle. Met by a whole host of
Williams on the carry
there from the Warriors.
On that jet sweep, he's going to pick up about 6 yards. Maybe 7.
Stop number 6, Coggins for the Warriors. Ball marked at the 41-yard line. 3rd down and 2 now for the Briar Jumpers.
So short yardage here. Ahead of Somerset to convert, maintain possession. And they will not get the play off before we come to the conclusion of the third quarter and head into the fourth. Somerset trying to extend this big lead and will try to do so over the next 12 minutes.
Somerset side still with plenty of people. The Southwestern sideline thinning out a little bit.
Heading to close up shop over there. Try to keep things in perspective for the Southwestern team.
Wow, here's a shocker for the people around the eastern part of the state. Whitley County came into tonight ranked number 8 or number 9, 1 to 2 in Class 5A. Russell County laid it on Whitley County tonight, 49-20.
Here's one that that was closer than expected. Trinity edges out MBA, so there's your Tennessee and Kentucky tie-in, 27-23. MBA was expecting to stay competitive, but
is that Brentwood Academy?
That is.
That's not it. They no, they beat Brentwood earlier. Didn't they?
Straight ahead, picking up the first down and then some. Nearing the 30-yard line goes the Briar Jumpers. And you see
McWilliams on the carry.
Hands on hips from Southwestern. Down give, crosses the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 3 for Somerset.
Jones on the carry.
I would say the first 2 minutes of the second quarter, Somerset had pretty much taken.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down.
Southwestern sales. They have added to that as we've gone on.
They've certainly not taken their foot off the accelerator, that's for sure.
If there was ever a doubt at halftime, it was erased as soon as Somerset came out. It took them 16 seconds to put a touchdown on the board, and then they get to safety a couple minutes later, and it's been on since then.
So here's a pass to the flats, quickly met by Warrior defenders.
Pass complete from Hatcher to Jones. Tackled by number 1, Devin Baker. Loss of 1 on the play, third down.
Jones has been a workhorse tonight, Bryson Jones, for the Briar Jumpers. He's not been a part of those big explosive plays that we've called, but he's certainly been a workhorse. And
played great defense tonight as well.
Yes. Junior, I believe. There goes a little toss sweep that goes to the right, picks up some good yardage, and bouncing out to the 25-yard line.
Bryson McWilliams picking up the yard.
McWilliams on the carry.
Bryson, of course, has a brother,
Braden McWilliams.
Braden.
Ball marked to the 25-yard line, brings up fourth down for the Briar Jumpers.
Bryson is a sophomore, and looks like he'll have depending upon how the rest of this season goes, bright future ahead here in the purple the next couple years. So timeout now called by Somerset.
Timeout, Briar Jumpers.
8:49 to go in the ball game. 48-2. Somerset with the lead.
A lot of folks have gone to the car and got an early start on the very long voyage to probably neighborhoods just across town. Even stopping in for a snack somewhere. It's a nice night, and 11 minutes after 11 o'clock. Some of those folks probably worked up an appetite and closing in on a midnight snack. Southwestern showing pressure here. And pitch back. And the cut back. And then tripped up and falls inside the 20-yard line. That's
McWilliams on the carry.
First down. There's going to be a first down.
He'll get across the 20 to the 19-yard line. First down, Jumpers!
This is a keeper this time.
Hatcher on the keeper. Stop at number 45, Cody Smith.
Move forward a couple of
Gain of
yards.
about 2 yards on the play. Second down.
This is second down. We're coming now for Somerset. Clock rolling as Ryan mentioned a little while ago. There's the score differential. Continues to roll. Unless...
Another timeout by
Timeout Somerset.
It looks like they're trying to get the freshman team on the field. Is what Coach Lucas is trying to do. They're trying to get 11 kids together to get out there and run some plays.
The bad news for the coaches right here, where you're trying to get some game situation, is the fact that you only have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And so you do have to choose them wisely. But this is one of those situations where you are still coaching while you have an opportunity. You've got a game situation, and you are talking to a lot of younger players, inexperienced players. So not one of those situations where it's kind of just an opportunity to talk to the young men before they get set, before they go execute this next play. Now an I formation for Somerset. Hatcher under center, and miscue, misses the ball. And it looks like that Southwestern has actually recovered.
Fumble.
And they have.
Fumble on the play.
So the offensive effort
recovered by the Warriors.
The timeout wasted.
Ball marked the 19-yard line.
An opportunity.
First and 10 for Southwestern.
Offensively, with right at the 7-minute mark. Rains here tonight. Bowl has been successful, brought a lot of folks out.
Another huge success here at the Ray Correll Bowl.
How many years, how long has this been going on? Do we have any official word on that?
It's the 9th season, 8th, something there.
They give up the middle with a push across the 20-yard line. And that's going to be a pickup of a couple yards. So this is
Floyd on the carry.
This is a good opportunity. I know earlier in the first
gain of 3 yards on the play.
A couple of
second down
changes coming up in the next few years. With the bowl here going to be relocated.
So they're going to play the bowl here. The Ray Correll Bowl will always be played here, but the Don Marshall Bowl is going to flip-flop back and forth between Pulaski and Somerset, Southwestern.
So another give and another yard, and then push backwards.
And actually for the
Campusano on the carry.
Several years, Somerset will play Pulaski and Southwestern both in the same season.
Tackled by McWilliams, no gain, third down.
2 weeks later, they will play the other team.
Correction, short gain on the play.
Don Marshall.
Okay, all right, so now we get that sorted out.
The big announcement here last week. So a lot of fans really looking forward to that. I know some people like it, some don't, but I'll tell you, the biggest advantage I see of it, the fans are going to see some great football action that they would not have seen before.
And they haven't seen this kind of positive yardage in a while with no flags on the field for Southwestern.
Smitty on the carry.
Little ray of hope
Number
that
2,
might
McWilliams.
get on the scoreboard as we break inside.
41-yard run for the Warriors.
Warriors just trying to get something going.
Ball marked at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Brian, looking forward to getting to some of the other locations here in Pulaski County over the course of the season. And here's a give with a back producing about 4 yards on that carry. About the physical running
Turner on the carry
that they would have in this game.
Stop number 54, Hayden Fox.
Starting to see a little bit of sunshine here late in the game. Younger players in for Somerset. Just a bit of running there to pick up the first down. That was kind of textbook there, Brian. That was 2 hands on the ball and shoulder pads forward and low.
Campusano brought down by Jones.
Picking up a first
and 10 for the Warriors. Offsides, call against the Briar Jumpers. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Still a little over 2.5 minutes to go here in the contest. Folks from both sides starting to file out as this